Gayatri? Okay, so let's start. A warm good morning to one and all present here. I, Gayatri, on behalf of NSS, welcomes you all to this event. So, raise your words, not voice. It is rain that grows the flowers, not the thunder. So, with these beautiful lines by Rumi, let's start today's event that is Wow, War of Words. So, let's debate it. So, before starting, let me brief you about debate. What is debate? Debate is an organized argument or contest where people share their ideas and try to convince the opposition that they are right. So, now let me introduce to our judges. So, our judges are Simli ma'am, Lucky sir, Irwin sir, and Ananya ma'am. So, now my friend Vivek will tell you about the rules of the event. Vivek, over to you.
A very warm good morning to one and all present here. Welcome to WOW, the War of Words. Let's debate it. First, let me introduce myself. I am Abhishek Kumar, your host for the event. Participants, now let's have a glance at the rules. Mokun, please present the rules.
Yeah.
So, the second slide. Yeah. So, first of all, first thing first, unparliamentary, rough, or rude words will not be entertained and lead to disqualification of the participant. Be clear with that. Participants must maintain the decorum of the debate and the audience as well. Every participant will have 3 minutes to present their case or speech. After the second minute has passed, a warning buzzer will be blown for the speaker to warn that they are left with just 1 minute. Okay. Then exceeding the given time limit of 3 minutes will lead to a negative marking. The speech will be followed by a rebuttal round. Mukund, to the next slide. The rebuttal session, which is the question round. The rebuttals round will be of 2 minutes for each participant. After the first minute has passed, a warning buzzer will be blown again to warn that they are left with 1 minute. During the rebuttal round, other participants or audience, these NSS volunteers, and if may ask questions to the speaker related to your speech. More preference will be given to the participants. Means first, if you ask, then you will be given the preference, then the audience to ask the questions. If no question is asked by the participants, then questions from the audience will be taken. All right. If no question from the audience, then the hosts and the controllers can ask questions. No questions will be allowed after the allotted time interval of 2 minutes. Participants and audience who wish to ask a question have to raise hand in the chat box. Okay, you have to raise your hand in the chat box. The host or the convener will allow them to unmute and ask their questions. One person can ask only one question to a speaker, no cross questioning on the same. There will be no cross questioning. You can ask only one question to one person. Final buzzer will indicate that the time allotted to the speaker is over. Remember, participants supporting the opposite motion can only ask question to the speaker. If a speaker is speaking for the motion, like if you are in the affirmative group, then you can ask question to negative. And if you are in the negative, you have to ask question to the affirmatives. Is that clear with you? Okay. So Gayatri, over to you. Let's move on to topic. The topic today's debate. So your topic is. Gayatri, can you mute your mic? Yeah. So technology. Topic is technology is a useful servant but a bad master. That's your topic. So Gayatri, over to you. Let's see our first debater.
Okay, so here we have our first participant, our first speaker, Aritra. He is pursuing his BBA entrepreneurship from Kolkata Island. Okay, Aritra, you may start.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Aditya Mukherjee. I am pursuing BBA at entrepreneurship from Kolkata. I am in second year, and right now I am going to speak for the motion that is technology is a good servant but a bad master. Nowadays, many people say that technology is harming the lives of the millennials and present generation, but still I would like to shed some positive light on technology. Nowadays, scientists and industrialists from all over the world are using technology and using the power of technology to change the world and making the world a better place. Apart from that, for example, more than 100 years ago, there were not any kind of mobile phone, so people had to rely on handwritten letters to communicate with each other. But right now mobile phone is being invented, and that's why people can communicate with each other from all over the.
Aritra, just a minute. Mukund, it's not working. Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, so right now, because of technology, mobile phone is being invented, and so people can communicate with each other from all over the world. So all this is happening because of technology. Apart from that, technology is using the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning to solve many kind of complex problem in our society, which would not have been possible without machine learning or artificial intelligence. Now we also know that there is a boom of startups in India. A lot of people are working on their own startup or trying to create their own startup. Now the interesting fact is that most of those startups are using technology to solve problems. Because you see, the most of the startup founders are mostly BTech students who are using artificial intelligence or machine learning or any kind of coding to solve the complex problem. Now, another thing is that report has said that technology would replace teachers in the current future, because in the future robots would teach the student which teachers could not do. Then after 50 years or more, the children who would be born, they would be more compatible with technology, and they can use technology to learn anything in more easier manner, which was not possible for us. So these are all the positive sides of technology. Apart from that, the older generation are slowly learning to how to use technology to make their lives better. So that is why I would like to say that technology is not ruining the lives of our generation, but instead it is making it easier, making it more comfortable. So, as a conclusion, I would like to say that technology has the power to change the world in a positive way. And after 50 to 60 years, technology would completely make our world a different place, which is unimaginable right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aritra, for your speech. Now,
Okay, now it's time to
Priyanshu,
rebuttal.
yeah, Priyanshu, take
So,
over.
anyone have any questions regarding this speech can raise their hand in chat box.
Excuse me, Vivek, I am very sorry. Actually, I joined from email and that there is no raise hand option. So, can you please? I have already installed the Meet app. So, can I join again? Because there is no option of raise your hand.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Join again. Others, please raise your hand. Audience.
So, I guess the option is not there. I myself could not find that option. Raise hand.
Yeah, Vivek, there is no option of raising the hands in the chat box. So take care of it and make another thing that you can make out for asking the questions. Think about another thing because there is no option of raising hand in the chat box.
Okay.
Okay, you all can message in the chat box.
Yeah, just message in the
Have any
chat box.
Just
You
type
can send
me.
emojis. Yeah, something.
Just type
Yeah, it's
me.
me. Yeah. That's right.
Okay, Mamta, you can go on.
You are
Mamta,
muted.
you're muted, so first unmute yourself.
So, thank you for reminding me. Thank you very much. My worthy opponent, our topic is how technology is a good slave, but not a bad. I'm very sorry. How it is a good slave, but a bad master. All right. So you were supposed to speak about how it is a bad master, and I didn't find any hint of you saying that thing. So would you like to? uh, elaborate on this?
Well, I am in the affirmative section, so whatever I would say about technology, I would only highlight the positive side. Because if I am in the negative section, then I would describe how is it a bad master. But since I am in the affirmative section, my job is to only present the positive side and how technology is a good
Mamta,
servant
please unmute
for
yourself.
us.
Your background voice is disturbing.
Pardon me, can you repeat what you said?
I can't hear you.
Mamta, unmute yourself.
Mute yourself, Mamta. Yeah,
Okay,
you
we'll
can.
take the Aritra if you want to answer.
Yes, I just answered. That is, since I am in the affirmative section, so my job was to only present and highlight the positive side of technology, and that's why I describe very clearly that how technology can be a good servant and how can we use it to make our life much more easier instead of highlighting the negative side.
Okay, Aritra. Can we have other questions?
Anyone having question, please type me in the chat box. Okay, sir. You can go ahead.
Yeah, Ritra, you have talked about the servants and you have talked about the technology. How can it be a good servant? But you only talked about the AI and the internet and AI thing going on, all about computers. You haven't talked about other technologies. Can you elaborate that how other technologies can be helpful? You have only talked about AI and machine learning and coding one. You can thought about other technology. Can it be? How can it be a servant and all?
Well, coming to other technology, I would say that, for example, computers. Before many years ago, there were not any kind of computers, but right now we are using computers to, do many kind of works, and it is becoming very easier. Apart from that, nowadays, internet or you can say digital marketing has come into place, and through internet, people are earning a lot of money online and doing an internet has also improved the scope of job and increased the scope of job in India. Also, Bitcoin is there, Bitcoin technology or cryptocurrency, you can say, and that has also increased employment opportunities in India. Any other question?
Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Mukund, there is this one thing.
yeah.
The time for the rebuttal is 2 minutes, not for each question. Okay, so just keep the clock running non-stop.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Mukund, just please type the topic in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll type that.
So now we can
You
move to
can go
the
ahead with the
next.
question.
Yeah, we can move to the next debater. So it is Manish Kumar from the branch of Mechanical 2021 batch of PIT Sindri. So Manish, can we have you please unmute yourself? Please unmute Manish. Manish, are you there? Seems like Manish is not there. So Gayatri, please call the next speaker.
Okay, so we have our next debater, Abhinav Nikku. Right now, he's pursuing his BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from BMS College of Engineering. Abhinav Nikku, you may start.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
Vinay.
Yes, Abhishek, you are audible.
Mukund, the timer should be 3 minutes.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, you can start now.
So very very warm good morning to everyone, to all our respected jury members, all my fellow participants, and everyone in their audience. So the topic is technology is a good master, but a sorry, technology is a good servant, but a bad master. Now this statement was first used in a Nobel Prize acceptance speech by a Nobel Prize Peace Prize winner after the First World War. Although he didn't meant it like this. He meant in a more literal way, but when looking it on a metaphorical way, we could see the broad aspect of it. What he meant was at that time after the First World War, technology was ruining the life. Like all the bombs and stuff was happening at that time, and it killed a huge population of the world. But coming forward to like 50 years to the 2000s, we could see the other bad aspects of the technology as well. Like for example, the children these days suffer from a very serious lack of development. Like they have a lower self-esteem. They are obese, and a very common disease which is ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So all these things are just ruining our youth of the whole world, not just a particular country, but the whole world. The other bad aspects in the adults are like loneliness and depression. We get deprived of social meetings. We are all caught up in our cell phones and laptops, checking our emails and WhatsApps, while we don't talk to the actual people. So, and uh, other disadvantages of technology is that it affects our mental health as well, and the physical postures, and it also gives a lot of strain to our eyes. Now, in this world where AI is booming, although it has a lot of advantages, but it also have some disadvantages. Like it could monitor all your activities just in a click. These days, the founder of Facebook, that is Mark Zuckerberg, is also coming up with the concept of metaverse, which would like be a world inside the technology in which you could do everything that you want. But although it sounds pretty cool to like do everything in the world while sitting on your laptop, but also okay, fine,
Thumbs up.
yes, that's it. So
Abhinav,
yeah,
you are.
Anyone have a question? They can type me in the chat box.
Can I have the questions now?
So should I start the timer for the rebuttal session? Or if anyone will ask, then only I should start. Vivek,
Yes,
you are.
Ananya, you can go ahead.
Ananya ma'am is there.
You mentioned
Unmute.
about metaverse, right? Can you elaborate on that?
yeah. So metaverse, like you want me to elaborate on the brighter part of it or the disadvantages?
No, what do you think of it? What do you perceive of it?
Yeah, so I believe that it could open up a huge opportunities for this whole world, but it also has some disadvantages. Like the founder of Facebook is already, I guess he has already many informations about our life, and if we all start living in a world that is controlled by that particular individual, then he would have, con- I mean, total control of our life. He would know everything that we could do, that we do in our day-to-day life. So yeah, uh, and then this whole world would come under one person. So I guess that's not a good thing to have.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, here
Okay, Arvind, you can ask.
he's asking. Arvind, can you unmute yourself?
Sorry, Arvind sir.
Arvind, sir. Okay, so here it is. How would you justify the use of treadmill by the topic given to you? The use of treadmill, that's technology. Okay, so how you will justify that?
Treadmill, what is exactly is treadmill?
How would you justify the use of
Yeah,
treadmill
that's
by the
correct.
topic given?
What exactly a treadmill is?
Treadmill on which we exercise.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
that.
don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so treadmill is quite good, but it also has some like it would be better if we go outside and walk in fresh air rather than just staying at home and walking at the same place and like running there only. Yeah.
Okay, we are out of time. So now the next speaker is Mohammad Anwar Ansari, but is not there in the meet. He has some issues. So Gayatri, let's move on to another affirmative.
Our next debater, Mahima Gupta. Right now, she is pursuing her BTech in Electronic and Communication Engineering from Dumka Engineering College. Mahima Gupta, you may speak now.
Mahima, please unmute yourself.
Mahima, unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Mahima.
A very warm welcome to everyone present here. Today's topic is technology is a useful servant but a bad master. So, I would like to start this speech with the famous proverb that technology at its best is when it brings the people together. A famous proverb said by Mart Mullenberg. Technology is a major factor in the lives of different students. Wherever we go, we see technology improving lives of students. In today's era, technology is a revolutionary idea with very bright future ahead. With the advancement of technology, the interest of students towards the boring and the lengthy chapters has been increased. Visualization has helped the students to learn at a greater extent. During online era, it has been economical for the students to get coaching at minimal rate. One can easily have access to the classes. If we have doubt on any topic, we can easily access to online videos which can be played at regular intervals of time. And it helps the students to save their time. In my opinion, technology has been a world in its own. Our life has become so convenient because it has acted as an important tool in the 21st century. So, from moving from the physical classrooms has changed to virtual classrooms during this pandemic. The technology has changed the life of the students. Uh, mm, New technologies with their several logistic items of newly implemented platform lead to additional information that needs to be learned. Technology has made significant positive changes in society. Schools with the help Now, I would like to conclude that technology is a double edged sword and we must be aware of how we use them. It's still a magic, even if we know how it's done. A small click on screen is that which puts us to a great extent. But we should be aware of how we use them, such as different frauds can also be done with the help of the technologies, and various diseases like eye strain can also be assessed with the unlimited use of technologies. So I would like to say that we should be aware of how we use them. And we should be aware of how is use them, because everything has its positive side as well as negative side. Proper utilization of technology for upgrading oneself is a boon.
Priyanshu, unmute
It's
yourself.
gives, it is giving us that one extra
I
edge
am
to
sure,
achieve
Mahima.
in our.
Mahima, your
Okay,
time is
Mahima,
up.
you are good to talk.
If anyone have any question, they can type now in chat
Yeah,
box.
Mamta, you can ask a question. Mamta, do one thing. You type your question. The network is.
Okay, I have a question for Mamta. What do you have to say on has technology improved human cognitive skills?
Yes, can you please repeat the question?
What do you have to say on has technology improved humans cognitive skills?
Yes, technology has helped the students to learn various skills like communication skills. Various YouTube lectures has also proved to be a boon for us, in which we can easily access to them and get various informative lectures.
Okay,
Dedicated.
Ananya, you can.
Yeah, okay, Mahima. Is that you told that e-learning has been a boom during the pandemic, right?
Yes.
So, what about those children who don't have access to internet in the villages, don't have Wi-Fi? What about them?
Yes, there are many remedies for that also, because they can take help from their cousins also who has their access to internet. In every family there is someone who has access to internet. With the help of them, with the help of their families interactions, they can easily access to internet and can take the advantages of using various technologies.
Mamta, please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Okay, time's up.
Okay. So, Mahima, you can mute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on, we will move to the next debater. That is Sanskar Oja from Civil Engineering Branch of BIT Sindri. It's from batch of 2K20. So, Sanskar, can we have you?
Okay, so am I audible?
Yes, Sanskar.
Yes, Sanskar.
Okay.
Proceed with your
Okay.
speech.
So President Harry S. Truman once said that his political opponents use the agenda that when you can't convince someone, then confuse them. And I am pretty sure that the person sitting in the opposition in today's debate must have come with the same motive. Well, with that note, a very good morning to each and everyone who are present here. This is Sanskar Oja from Civil Engineering Branch, batch of 2K20. And the topic for today's debate is technology is a useful servant, but a bad master. And I am going to speak against the motion. So, we all are in the 21st century right now. And imagine a life without technology, without smartphones, without smart TVs, without social media, without GPS, without Google Maps and all. Could anyone even imagine what would be the scenario? What would be the scenario? Really not. So now we are here to talk about what are the good impacts of technology in today's life. So many people say that technology is not very good because cyber crime, cyber security threats are there in today's. But I would like to give you an example of this pen. So this pen is considered mightier and stronger than a sword. But if I use this pen, to hurt someone or to throw it to someone to hurt someone and all. So, would you blame this pen or would you blame my mindset that I use this pen for wrong deed or wrong purpose? Same goes with the technology. People blame technology that all the evil things are happening due to technology, but that is not the reason. Actually, the reason is our mindset that we are not using it for the purpose and all, for good purpose. Now, take we should now we are living in the COVID times, and this at this time and at this time, technology has played a very important role in our life, in spreading messages, in giving good things and all. Moreover, I would like to give that things like technology helps us to connect to a larger audience. It makes life easier. It allows remote education and all. It helps us to connect to a larger audience, and it also helps us to overcome some negativities of our life. We could connect to a larger audience. We could get jobs using some social platforms like LinkedIn and all. And overall, if we would go by a survey also, we would find that 90% of people has given that yes, technology has helped human life. It has made it easier, smoother, and happier. So if you use the technology in a right way, it would always be a good for us. And if we use it for a bad way, then it's our mindset and all that how we want to use the technology in our lives. That's all.
Okay. Rebuttal.
Okay, Abhishek, you can ask.
Hello, Sanskar. Actually,
Yes,
you were
hello.
supposed to speak against the motion.
Sir, actually, there is a confusion in the topic because the topic is technology is a useful servant but a bad master. And I have to speak against this topic, sir, that I have to support technology. But everyone is speaking in support of technology only.
Yeah, I mean, this is confusing.
Yes, sir.
No one is speaking against the motion like.
Against the technology, sir. Actually, those who were in the affirmative, they have to speak in against the technology, sir.
No, you see the topic first.
Sir, the topic is
Abhishek, can
technology
we
is a
have your
useful
question?
servant, but a bad master.
Yeah, my question is like opposition is supposed to speak against the motion of technology. I mean, the topic given is technology is a useful servant but a bad master. But opposition is saying like they are talking about all the advantages of technology and all.
Sanskar, do you have an answer for that?
What answer? Actually, we should understand the line that those who are against this statement, they have to
Sanskar,
show it that it is a good master.
I would like to interrupt.
Yes.
Lucky sir, you can ask a question.
Yeah, Sanskar, you have talked about the usefulness of the technology, and Abhishek has
Yes,
also
sir.
mentioned that you have to go for the opposition, that you have to as I think so, Abhishek, he is talked right about that how technology can be more helpful, and the topic is that technology is a good servant but a bad master. He talked
Yes, sir.
about how technology is controlling us, and he's against the motion that how technology is controlling us, and it's all topic about the technology is controlling us or or we are controlling the technology. Topic is about that. I want to clear it to Abhishek that topic is that technology is controlling us, or we are the ones who controlling the technology. As Sanskar has said it right, that technology had made many things available in this COVID situation that we have thought of. But I want to ask one question that Sanskar, whenever the technology is embedding, there has some disadvantages. One of the guy, I can't remember the name, that is mentioned about the metaverse and all. Can you elaborate that how can it be useful to the coming age and coming generations? Yes, Abhinav
Sir,
Niku has
actually,
mentioned about metaverse. So you can elaborate on metaverse. How can be a negative one or a positive one?
sorry, sir,
Elaborate
but I
on
don't have
topic.
much knowledge about that. But I would like to answer your question that technology has some negative effects and all. Sir, nothing in this world is everything perfect. Okay. So it only depends upon our mindset that we use it for good purpose or bad purpose. If we use it for bad purpose, then everything could be bad. But if you use technology as a good thing, it would definitely be a boon for us. That's the answer, sir.
Okay, Sanskar, thanks. We are over with the
Thank you,
rebuttal
everyone.
session as well. Thank you, Sanskar. So, Gayatri, you can move on to the next debater.
Okay, so we have our next debater. He's Abhishek Kumar. He's right now pursuing information technology and from BIT Sindri, batch 2K20.
Gayatri just also said whether he has to go for affirmative or negative, so that every participant will be sure about it.
Yeah, I mentioned that as well.
Hello everyone, I am Abhishek Kumar, and my topic given is technology is good servant but a bad master, and I am supposed to speak in motion of this topic. So a very good morning to all of you. I think technology has really impacted our life in a great way. If you talk about the previous generations, when success was like seizing things from others, people were living in a static zero sum societies where they don't think of inventing anything. They just try to seize some resources from others and create wealth for themselves. But technology has empowered our humanity in such a great way that it is creating lots of wealth in a new innovative way. I mean, technology has impacted such a way that it can prevent an average human life from a hard life, and I also want to talk about myself. Like, I come from a very like remote village area where if I don't have if I would not have access to technology, maybe if I would not be able to speak in all of you, in all front of you. So technology has impacted really great way from my personal also standpoint. And technology is such a thing. It has like if you talk about different technologies like metaverse, AR, VR is such kind of thing like which has VR is such kind of thing like which has really changed the game. Like you know, it, without technology, people were stuck by geographical barrier. But like VR technology, which says if you are not able to reach in a certain location, then you can also like use technology. But technology also can be very dangerous. Also, that's like bad servant. Elon Musk was talking about like uh, if AI thing will not be regulated in a very certain period of time, it can be very dangerous. Like the way seat belt, car seat belt, that was like accidents were happening, but rule was made very late. So we need to regulate it also as a bad master.
Okay, time's up. So, anyone having
Questions on
questions?
Mamta, you can type your question.
Mukunda, timer should be on. Okay, question is, how do you see advancement in defense? Can this be considered as a good servant?
Yeah, I mean, it can be considered as a good servant, but as a like my topic given was how it can be a bad master. So it can be a bad master also. Like if every country has started using their military as a in by using technology like robotics, then it can be catastrophic. So this needs to be regulated at world level, like big governments, they need to regulate this thing. It like I was talking about that car thing, like a car thing, that seatbelt thing was not regulated in previous generations, but accidents were happening. So it was made mandatory for the it was made mandatory for the motorbikes manufacturer, and car manufacturer to like put seatbelt in their cars and all that. So we also need to regulate this thing, and either it can be a really bad master. I mean, if everyone started using robotics, it will really, I mean, it can destroy, it can produce a really very catastrophic situation. Okay, is metaverse a good concept? I think metaverse is a good concept, as it consists of latest different technologies like AR, VR, and all that. And I was talking about geographical barriers. So by using this metaverse, geographical barrier can be ended. So that's.
Okay, Abhishek, thank you. So
Thank you.
moving on, we can
Thank you,
move to
everyone.
the next speaker, which is Abhishek Rana from the branch of metallurgy from BIT Sindri 2K20. So Abhishek, can we have you?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, Abhishek.
Yes,
Please
Abhishek.
proceed with your speech.
Okay. Importance of technology is increasing every day. We must not deprive our children of technology. If we do it, it is a social crime. Said by our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. A very pleasant and a cool good morning to one and all present here. Respected panel of judges and my fellow colleagues. This is Abhishek Rana from Department of Metallurgical Engineering batch of 2K20. And today I am going to speak on the topic technology is a good servant but a bad master. And I am against of it. It's still a magic even if we know how it is done. A small click on a screen is what it takes to connect with any corner of the world. Well, so how can we say that technology is a good servant? You get up in the morning and see heavy rainfall blocking roads everywhere. Now you get confused whether your college is working or not. How does this issue get resolved? The faculty or the person assigned send message on a group confirming the holiday, right? Technological revolution and digitalization took place in India since demonetization, geo revolution, and COVID 19 situation. It pushed our limits to use tech. But nowadays, what has happened? Excessive use of anything, excessive use of technologies, particularly I'm targeting social medias. It has it is a very it turns the value down. A recent concern was made by the Civil Society of Human Rights in United States, where Facebook has confirmed that excessive use of Instagram cause mental health issues, inferiority complex, self-doubt, body image issues. These were the concerns raised by the Civil Society of Human Rights. But Instagram defended itself by saying that the particular research was a limited set of expectations. Like all the researchers were not included into that. We talk about freedom of speech. The Article 19 provides this freedom of speech. But according to Professor Robert Reich, he thought that social media would provide a platform where people could gather and would talk about policy and politics. But what has happened that it created a particular homogeneous communities where people without any solid proof post a particular fact, and recirculate the same fact. That is why the false news are happening and trending in social media. So at last, I would like to conclude that social media is a good thing, but social medias and technologies are a good thing. But if we use it excessively, it is a bad for us. Thank you.
Okay, so Priyanshu.
Yes.
Priyanshu, unmute yourself.
Mahima, you can go ahead. Mahima first.
During this pandemic, advancement of technology is inevitable. Then how can you say that it's not boon for us?
Yes, I said it is a boon. Hello. Yes, I said it is a. I did not say that technology is not a boon for us, but but it is causing health issues and the self doubt images. Anything and everything which is given more priority than life or health, it is not a boon for us, I believe.
Okay, Aritra, you can ask your question.
Yes, so my question is that as you said that excessive use of Facebook and Instagram is leading to mental health issues and body posture issues. But nowadays because of advancements in digital marketing, many people are using Facebook and Instagram to earn a lot of money. And they are really using it and they are really, earning a lot of money than any kind of 9 to 5 job. So what's your opinion about this?
Yes, digital marketing and the social media marketing is taking a boom. But as I said, that excessive use of basically, particularly, we're talking about the teen people. That excessive use of the social medias are leading to their health issues and health concerns. And as I said, that anything which is given more priority is definitely a bad image of it.
Okay, Ananya ma'am, you can go with your question.
Yeah, okay. Abhishek, my question is that like you mentioned about the bad effects of social media, but then we have many people who are using their creativity, right? There are various content creators who are creating things and designers are there. So they are showing their creativity through social media. So what about them? And they are earning good amount of money and they are entertaining us. So why have do we have to stop that?
Ma'am, I believe that yes, many content creators and many digital illustrators are earning money through social consuming it. So the community of creators are less, but the consumers are more. And if we talk about all the people who are not earning through the social media, like if we talk about a person who is preparing for JEE mains, so social media has no impact on his life. Like he cannot devote his time to social medias, scrolling the Instagram feeds and all. So he should say who are in more amount of numbers.
Okay, so we can move to the next. Gayatri.
So we have next participant, that is Mia Shabahat. She's doing her mathematics honors from SP College, Dumka. Maria, you may speak.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Maria, just tilt your
Thank you.
camera.
This
No, means just try the other side. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Maria Sabahat, and I'm here to share my opinion about the topic that is technology is a good servant but a bad master. So, ever since from our ancestors that we see, the invention of wheel has witnessed the advancement of the technology, because the word technology itself means the use of scientific knowledge and using it for making our life more comfortable and healthier and easier. With the advancement of the technology in our day-to-day life, it has made our life easier and more comfortable as before. But over the past few years, as we have seen in our life, this has made a very much impact, because there are many technology that are not only just providing us the facilities, but also affecting us in a very adverse way, and leading to the decrease in the creativity as well as the productivity. In the case of industry, the products that are available at cheaper price with the because the use of only the technology. But however, it is also leading to the loss of jobs, and the recently introduced metaverse, as we can take the example of that. It is a very bad concept in my opinion, because it will what is metaverse? If we see, the metaverse is just a digital platform in which our avatars will be available, and we can do just everything that we are doing in our real life. We can just join the meetings and do shopping, but why we will leave our real life if we are having the access to like Paris? We will not have the access to Paris in our real life for some people, but we can just visit there. So I think, in my opinion, that is not a good option, because it will restrict the people's physical motion. It may cause many problems, such as mental issues and many more. And in case of losses, as we see that our financial losses, with the introduction of the digital marketing, the online shopping, there are many attackings or the cyber security threats that we are facing nowadays. Similarly, in the at the time of COVID-19, as we have seen, it has just proved and given us a very good medium for promoting our and educating peoples in the remote areas. However, I think this should have been done in the more ground level than just depending upon the social media. And the next thing that we can say, that the online harassment has also been increased over the past years, and it has led to the decrease in the humans creativity, and many others disadvantage that it has posed, and all my opposite party has said. So thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Priyanshu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyone having questions?
You can start the timer. Can we have the questions, please?
Okay, Lucky sir, you can go ahead.
Okay, Maria, can you explain
Yes, sir.
me, are you in the affirmative or in the opposition side of the motion?
So I'm in the
Because
affirmative.
okay, you are with the motion that it's a good servant but a bad master.
Yes, sir.
As you okay, so as you talked about the metaverse and think that metaverse is bad and thing,
Yes,
bad
sir.
for the upcoming generations, and how technology can be a bad for the upcoming generation. Can you elaborate on the pharma sector or something other sectors, like of in medical sector for that for point of view? Can you
So
elaborate your points in the medical sector? How technology can be a bad master?
so we have to just limit our uses with the technology. We cannot use everything with the technology itself, because we have seen that excessive of everything is good. Like the quote itself goes well with this statement, that is, we shape our tools, and the tools shape us. So I think, in my opinion, it can be used to some extent, but we should not be totally dependent on the metaverse. And yes, sir.
Talking about the metaverse thing, I am talking about a technology thing in medical sector. How can it be a good? How can it be a bad servant, a bad master for us in the medical
So
sector or in the medicine sector or in pharma sector? Anything you can, but in the medicine line, how technology can be a bad master?
yes, sir. I think that that technology has some advantages to some extent, but we should not be totally dependent on that, because there are also like, for example, if we are using our phones, mobile phones and technology in our schools, so it has its advantages to some extent, but not in like, we cannot just give every person a phone. It will distract the students, I think.
I am talking
Okay.
about the medicinal sector or in the
Yes, sir.
pharma sector. You got my point about the pharma and medicinal sector. I not talked about the technology in like in social media or mobile phones. You talked about the mobile phones. I talked about the. I asked you about medicinal sector, medicines of pharma. How can it be bad master?
Mm,
I think so. You're not
I
getting my
did.
point. It's
No, sir.
okay. It's
No, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir,
It's
and
okay. It's
time is
okay.
up. So
Thank
Time's
let's
is
move
up.
on to the next.
So,
Yeah, so let's call our next speaker. She is Mamta Murmu from. She is pursuing her chemistry honors from BHU. She's of batch 2020. So let's have Mamta. Mamta, are you there? Yeah,
Am I
Mamta.
audible?
Yes, Mamta, go.
Okay. So,
Today we are debating a motion that technology is a good slave but not a bad master. Okay? And I am against this motion. Now, why? Why? Okay? So let's first talk about who is a master and who is a slave. So, master is the one who commands you, who controls you, who dictates, and he makes you do what he wants you to do. And who is a slave? A slave is basically person. Slave cannot be a dead thing. So slave is a person who has no choice. He has to follow the commands of his master. All right. So now many people have elaborated on how it is a good slave. And yes, very few have elaborated on how it is a bad master, and which they should have because they were supporting that motion. Now, I am of the opinion that technology is not our slave, neither it is our master, because it is a non-living thing. How can a non-living thing master you? Among all the creatures in this universe, rather planet, this Earth, the humans are the most advanced creatures. How can a non-living thing, a dead thing, control them? Okay, so I believe that it is not the technology controlling us. It is our need of instant gratification. It is our desire, and it is our what to say. It is our the constant need. We try to just grab things that entertain us. We don't try to use the technologies how it is in a good way. So my fellow debater Sanskar very well gave the example of a pen, how it is harmful. But pen is not harmful. He very well elaborated that. One of my worthy opponent talked about Abhishek Kumar talked about artificial intelligence. He said that artificial intelligence can eradicate humanity or something like that. But I would like to ask, who is controlling that artificial intelligence? It is the humans who are controlling that artificial intelligence. So how can you say that technology is a bad master? It is not a master. How can you give it an adjective like a bad master? It is not a master. What the master is? Masters are humans. So it all depends on you how you use technology. On this, I would like to motion. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mamta.
any
Priyansu?
questions? Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead. Simly, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mamta, I want to ask you your opinion on this. Like there are when we use social medias or anything like that, there are a number of algorithms that run behind them.
Yes,
That are
yes,
created
yes.
by scientists, engineers, and all.
Yes.
And when we see it, it has been said that those algorithms control us, and they have they think very much like the algorithms are controlling us. So, what are your opinion on this? Like we indulge more on it because of those algorithms, because of the high tech brain on the other side of the screen.
Well, yes, I understood your question. Thank you for your question. Now I would like to say that you talked about algorithms, and basically you talked about social media, I guess, if I'm correct. So what does we get on the homepage of our social media screen? Get what we want. It is not the artificial intelligence algorithms or anything who is telling you to watch something. It is you who is deciding what you want to see, and according to that, feeding you the information, data or feeds, whatever it is. So yeah, this is my answer. So it
Okay,
is you who
Aritra,
is
you can ask.
controlling it.
Aritra, you can ask the question.
Yes. So Your topic was that you are supposed to speak against the motion that
Yes.
technology is a good servant but a bad master. So you are required to say something negative about the technology or how technology is harming us. But what you said is completely different. You said like humans are controlling technology, technology is not controlling human, and technology is not the master nor his servant. It is completely different from the topic. So how would you justify?
My friend, it is not my fault if you didn't understand the topic properly. This is one of the drawback of technology. It snatches away your analytical skills sometimes. Well, I'm very sorry for that. But, I think I was very correct about my motion.
Okay, Mamta, thank you. So, Gayatri, we can move on to the next speaker.
Thank you.
We have our next speaker, Aniket Kumar Gupta. Right now, he's pursuing his BTech in Electrical Engineering from BIT Sindri. Aniket, you may speak.
Can I start?
Yes, you can.
Technology makes what was once impossible possible. The design makes it real. As this is quoted by one of the most famous poet of our times. A very good morning to all our respected judges, my fellow speakers, and all the audience members. So heard the topic? Listen my views. Over the years, as we all know, that technology has revolutionized our world and daily lives. Additionally, technology for seniors has created amazing tool and resources. And at the same time, they had put us all these resources on our fingertips. Modern technology has paved the way for multifunctional devices like smartphones, smartwatches, and other electronic devices. At the same time, computers are increasingly faster, more portable, and high powered than ever before. So, with all these advents in technology, the revolutions had made our life easier, faster, more smoother, and more fun. So, moving ahead, technology has affected almost every aspect of our 21st century of our life, right from the transport efficiency and safety to access to food and healthcare, as well as socialization and productivity. Right, as my topic is for the motion, so if we master and lock the technology and keep it in our pockets, we have various advantages, and we can just overrule and overpower us in many different ways. So highlighting few of the points of the benefits of technology, I would like to start from the communication part. So with the advancement of the 21st century, the communication part has been very much efficient, and has been very much efficient, and we have a very good advantage over the communication part. Like we have the opportunity to use social media handles, according to which we have according to which we can share ideas. We are more educated, we are advanced with the system. Apart from this, apart from this, the technology has also made concerns over privacy issues. Uh, in Adding to this point, online shoppings can be done very easily with the advancement of technology. At the same time, we can access better information uh, with the help of these social media handles and social media platforms. At the same time, our virtual social lives has also improved to a very good extent, especially in these pandemic era. At the same time, flexible working has also
Okay,
been
Niket,
uh,
you have to stop. Time has gone.
Okay, Priyanshu.
Okay, questions, please. Okay,
Participants,
Arvind, sir, you can go ahead.
you can go ahead, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
yes, sir.
Yes, okay. My question is about national security. So, how do you trust these companies about your privacy?
Um Yes, sir. Your question is I would like to highlight on the point that according to the new IT rule or the new act provided by the government of India, that the messages, especially the messages, they are end-to-end encrypted. At the same time, according to the new guidelines provided by the Social Media Act recently, that is in 2021, that is last year, they have been they have specified that the privacy issues related to our social media handles or even related to uh, other things related to technology has been conserved, and it is well known. And if and according to these sources, I think I'm very much worthy about it, and I can trust on these issues.
Okay, Mamta, you can ask.
Well, my worthy opponent, you talked about how communication is, has become a barrier in the age of technology. So, don't you agree that it has, knitted the whole world into one community? And, when your loved ones are far away from you, how maintain your connection with them? So, how would you respond to that?
Yeah, dear. Actually, I would like to highlight on the point that I pointed that communication has made us united. Like, especially in these era of pandemic, that amidst the pandemic, this is a good opportunity for us. Like, technology has given us a good platform that we can communicate with each other. So, in no way, I had mentioned the point that it is becoming a barrier for us. It is a very good opportunity that, especially in these times, all the social media handles and technology is giving us good vibes and making us more aware about the technology. At the same time, I know there are restrictions, like especially in these times, none of us can meet physically, or none of us can interact. So I would like to mention the same thing that I never mentioned, that it is becoming a barrier for us.
Okay, Aniket.
Okay, Aniket. So now we will move on to our last speaker, Mohit Ranjan from branch of Civil Engineering 2K21 batch of BITC 3. Mohit, can we have you? Yes, Mohit, you can speak.
Yes, respected jury and my fellow mates, a very good morning to all of you, one and all present here. I take this opportunity to speak against technology is a good servant but a bad master. Technology is one of the greatest invention of mankind. It's so powerful that it shapes our thinking and our way of life within no time. Technology is one of the most valuable tools that we can have at our fingertips every day. We can do virtually anything with our smartphone, tablets, or computer. From watching movies or ordering food online to paying bills, the possibilities of technology are endless. There are several parts of technology in today's world, there are several pros of technologies in today's world, which I like to point out. Firstly, it has improved the rate of productivity of things. Today, many new machines and are installed in the factories, which has not only increased the rate of productivity at a faster rate but also at a cheaper rate. Secondly, it has made communication between people around the world very easily. Uh, Now we can communicate or connect around the world with any people in just a few seconds. Today we are aware. Uh, Moreover, it has also improved our social life. Today we can participate in any online social event through social media platform like Twitter and Facebook. It has also it has also been proven to have helpful in the health sector. Many diseases like cancer can be now cured due to advancement of technology. It has also improved our online education system. Now anyone can get quality education from any corner around the world. So I would like to conclude my speech by saying that technology has proven to be biggest blessing in our life. It has improved not only our life but also has saved many lives. Thank
Okay,
you.
Priyanshu, let's move on to the rebuttal.
Okay, Aniket, you can go ahead.
Um, Yes, dear. As you mentioned in the concluding statement, like it is not beneficial for us. Like you mentioned in the concluding statement, exactly that technology is overpowering us and it is not beneficial. But at the same time, while you were against the motion, you said that it is helping us in many ways. It means you focused more on the positive part of the technology, that it is helping us. It is helping us in giving informations. At the same time, social media is also helpful. So I would like you to justify this point. Means how can you be on two how can you be on two boats at the same time?
I am speaking for the against the motion. The topic is about social media, technology a good servant but a bad master. And its negative is we have to tell about the advantages of we have to tell about its advantages. So I am right.
Okay, Aritra, you can ask.
Yes, so I had the same question as Aniket. So, Kumar, you were supposed to speak against the motion, but what I believe is that most of what you said is for the motion. So that is no very confusing. So how would you elaborate this? You are supposed to say only the negative part, not the positive.
No, I have to say about positive part of
But most
technology.
of them you said positive, na?
Yes, I have to tell about positive aspects of technology. So I have told positive aspects.
Okay,
Okay,
Abhishek, you can ask.
Abhishek, you can ask.
Yeah, I mean, my question is same. Your opposition will be of the topic is technology is not a useful servant, but you are telling all the advantages and all the things. So it's quite
Since the
confusing.
question is same, so we'll move to Mahima.
My question is also same. You should have spoken against the statement. Why are you saying in favor of the statement?
Okay, Mohit, if you have an answer.
Sorry, I think I have mistaken in understanding our topic.
Okay, no problem, Mohit.
Okay,
Okay,
Vivek.
thank you.
Mohit was our last speaker, so I would so our speak. We had a great debate, and the speakers had a good knowledge. They had good arguments. Questions and answers were heated. So I would like to ask our judges if they wish to conclude the debate. Anyone from the judges can conclude the debate.
Yes, juniors. Uh, we thank you, every one of you, to join here, especially the participant. It was a wonderful debate, and I would like to conclude it. And that's it. Over to you, juniors. It was a wonderful debate.
Anyone has a say about the debate, about the topic? If they wish to say something, so they can.
Would there be any winners or runners up like that?
Yeah, that will be announced this evening.
Okay.
Vivek, actually, I wanted that some seniors to please explain that topic and then say that
Yeah.
who has to speak in favor and not in favor.
I was
Would
asking the
anyone
same.
please explain me the topic?
Judges, if you wish to conclude it in that way.
Yeah, Shankar, sorry. I have
Yes.
explained you while answering, while questioning you questioning that the topic is all about that technology is controlling us, or we are controlling the technology. I have mentioned that while questioning you, that the topic is all about saying that we are controlling the technology or the technology is controlling us, as many of them has been answered the topic properly, as Mamta Murmu has said a good point, and Mahim and Abhinav Niku has also said good points. I think you have misled it about the topic, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So the results will be announced this evening, and so we can conclude, we can wrap up the meet. Judges and other audience, we will have the another debate, group 2. It will be at 1 p.m. So see you there. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
CM.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Do we have to join the group to debate?
No, you don't have
No,
to.
no,
You don't
It's
have
for the
to.
another.
audience, for the judges, and the people watching us on our YouTube.
Week judges will be different. Okay.
Yeah, means whoever will be there.
So all the participants can also leave the meet now.
Participants, you can leave the meet. Adarsh, are you there? Adarsh, are you there?
He is asking, वो पूछ रहा है कि मतलब बंद करना है